watching Mets Daily. I'm your host, Jake Brown, at Jake Brown Radio. Smash that thumbs up on the video below. Subscribe to Mets Daily and become a Mets Daily Insider for just $5 a month. Exclusive video every weekend. And tomorrow, our first watch party. We'll watch the final hour of the game together, me and members. So become a member so you can be a part of that. And next month, we'll start giveaways as well. Giveaways, exclusive videos, watch parties, custom emojis for just $4.99. Just $5 a month, cheaper than a cup of coffee. So make sure you become a Mets Daily Insider. Just click join right below. Another frustrating loss on Monday night by the Mets. They've lost 9 of their last 10. They're a game and a half back now behind the Phillies in the NL East. The Braves have spanked them 4 times in a row right now, and it is infuriating, and I'm not happy about it. And enough is enough with Jared Young. Stop playing this bum. I'm sorry. He doesn't belong in the big leagues. What is the fascination? Carlos Mendoza, whoever's creating the lineup. Is it from above? I don't know. Mendoza, stop with the matchups. It's Strider on the mound tonight. I want to see Starling Marte out there. I don't care that Jared Young hits lefty and Marte hits righty. Give me Starling Marte. Stop starting Jared Young. You're wasting spots in the order. And Mendoza, who made that lineup, talks after the game about we need to get more production from the bottom of the order. Well, he's right. Outside of Brett Beatty's pretty much 2 meaningless singles, 5-hitter, first Alonso, but, it's Alonso 0 for 4. McNeil 0 for 4. Taylor 0 for 4. Young 0 for 3. Torrens 0 for 3. That can't happen. Something's got to give. Marte has been hitting well the last few weeks. You sit him. I just don't understand it. Stop. Enough. Play Marte at this point. Obviously, you're still waiting for Winker to get back. He ran the bases. He BP. He should be back sometime in July, but you can't keep waiting around for guys to get back. Fix the lineup, and you're not getting production. So stop playing 150 hitting Jared Young. 6 hits. Yes, he's got 3 homers, but he has done nothing, and he doesn't deserve. He is the new DJ Stewart, the Daniel Vogelback. What's the point? He wasn't great in the KBO. He hasn't been great in the majors. He hasn't been great in the minors. What is the Jared Young fascination? What pictures does he have? It's getting ridiculous. And this lineup, it's getting ridiculous. And I've said on here, I've said on TikTok Live, if the Mets get swept 4 games here by the Atlanta Braves, you have to fire Eric Chavez. And I don't know if it's going to make the difference, but you can't fire the players. The players got to perform better, and we know that. That comes first, and I agree. But it comes down to coaching, and you're not firing Mendoza. There were 2 wins from a pennant last year. You're just not firing the manager. And to be honest, I don't think Mendoza's done the worst job. But, the approach at the plate is terrible. And even Mendoza talking about, approach isn't great. And it wasn't that good last year either. You're not getting performances from guys. We know that. I'm aware. But Eric Chavez has got to go. And it may not be time yet. But if this team continues not hitting, not producing, not moving guys over, someone's going to fall on an axe, on the sword, and it's probably going to be Eric Chavez. I mean, do you fire him and Barnes? Is it just Barnes? Is it both? I don't know. But someone's going to have to, take the brunt of this. And you never want to see people fired. You never want to be laid off. I'm still recovering from being laid off last year. It's a brutal thing. These guys are millionaires. It's a little bit different. They'll be okay, and they'll get another job pretty easily. But, man, Eric Chavez played a bunch of years in the big leagues. He has enough money. But something's got to give here. Enough Jared Young, and if this continues, someone falls on the sword, and it's usually the hitting coach when the lineup isn't hitting. Strider tonight on the mound. Give me, no more Jared Young. Give me Starling Marte. And give me Alex Bregman. How about that? As ESPN insiders have called the Mets one of the top fits for Alex Bregman if he were to become available. And if I'm the Mets, I'm all in on this. You can move Vientos to DH. If it might take, trading maybe Mauricio, Jet Williams, or Acuna, Jet Williams, and Sproat. I don't know what it's going to take, but if you can get this done, if you can get a deal done with the Red Sox, who seem to be going younger, this list is pretty short for Alex Bregman because he does have a 3-year, $120 million deal. He does have an opt-out potentially after this year, so he could choose to opt out. Now, if you're getting paid $40 million a year, I'd be a little surprised, to be honest, if he opted out of that contract. But he's coming off. He's in the middle of a quadriceps injury right now, so he won't be back here for a couple of weeks. But assuming he's back healthy and good, if I'm the Mets, I'm giving the Red Sox a call. 1 for him, and 2 for another guy they're listed as a top target for is Aroldis Chapman, You can get Bregman and Chapman on the Mets. That fills two major holes. Major. So he's a player opt-out available with 2 years, $40 million remaining, $40 million a year. He's making a lot of money, but Alex Bregman, before he got hurt, was fantastic. Alex Bregman was having a really good year. So if I'm the Mets, if this is a thing and becomes available, I would get this done. 299, 11 homers, 35 RBIs, a 385 on base in 51 games before he went down with the injury. I mean, that fills your order right there. I mean, Bregman was a guy that I think a lot of Mets fans were interested in free agency. He signed late and with the Red Sox. Man, if I get him on the Mets, I'm getting this done. And you saw the Red Sox, if you're going to take all that money, it might not take a bunch of pieces. The deal they got, they traded Devers for looked like a steal on paper for the Giants getting Devers. So if the Mets could get a similar deal for Bregman and maybe even throw Chapman in that package and you take Chapman's remaining contract for this season, he's a rental, man, that would be huge for the Mets. So let us know in the comments, do you want Alex Bregman? That is a very intriguing rumor that I think could be a reality come late July, and that would be huge for the Mets because they have not gotten good production at a third. You take the pressure off Vientos having to play third. You throw him at DH. Vientos becomes your full-time DH. Remember, Vientos is so cheap because he's arbitration and he's not getting a big contract that you could keep Vientos as your full-time DH, or Vientos part of the trade package. Now, I'm not ready to give up on him yet, but you do have Acuna, Mauricio. Man, if you could keep Vientos and make it something like a Beatty, Sproat, Tidwell, Mauricio. I don't know. It might take a lot, but I am very much interested in Alex Bregman. I think that is a big boy move. If David Stearns was able to get Alex Bregman from the Red Sox, and the Red Sox, they have Marcelo Mayer. He can play third base, so they have someone who could already play third. Why not, if you're the Red Sox? Get rid of that salary. If you're going younger and you're going a different direction, why not work a deal with the Mets? Mets have a good farm system here. They can get a good package from the Mets, and the Mets can't be prospect hugging here. Bregman's the kind of guy you put in this order. Oh, it looks so much better. I mean, think of the Mets lineup. Lindor, you probably have Bregman in the 2-hole. Lindor, Bregman, Soto, Alonso, Nimmo, probably Vientos, McNeil. Hopefully you could get a catcher. I mean, it's a much different team if you have Alex Bregman in this lineup. It is a massive difference. So I hope that can come to fruition and help the Mets out. One guy who hasn't helped in the Mets in the minors will make his Mets debut, and that's Frankie Montas tonight against the Braves. Listen, Frankie Montas, over a 12 ERA in the rehab starts in the month he was there. He was not good at all. Mets are hoping they can get quality starts out of him. Montas is a guy that last year pretty much was a quality start. He had a 4.55 ERA in 11 starts with the Brewers and a 5.01 ERA in 19 starts with the Reds. So 4.84 over 30 starts. 2023, he was hurt. He only pitched in 1 1/3 innings. He was out for the year. 2022, he made 27 starts with a 4.05 ERA. If they can get that 2022 A's really version, 19 starts, 3.18 ERA out of Montas, you're hoping for 5 innings, 3 runs, 6 innings, 3 runs, and then can the offense come to life? I mean, that's the key here. Paul Blackburn wasn't good last night, but he kept the Mets in the game. 3 runs, got into the 5th inning. Bullpen was great, finally, and they didn't hit enough. Juan Soto, the home run, and that was it. Soto, I can't blame him in the 8th inning. Lee had filthy stuff. That was a really good at-bat, and then no one had a shot in the 9th. Lee, it looks really good. If I'm the Braves, I'm making him the closer. I mean, he looks light years better than Iglesias. He is filthy off-speed stuff, Dylan Lee. So that was a good at-bat by Soto. It was just a really good pitch. And listen, even if he walked there and the bases were loaded for Pete, you saw Pete look lost versus Lee in the 9th inning. Probably would have got out anyway. So, again, the Mets falling just short. But Frankie Montas, give him 5 solid innings. Don't get rocked. I have a bad feeling, though, he's going to give up 4 homers in the 1st inning, and the Mets will lose. And, they're going to have a decision to make if Montas gets rocked, because the leash has got to be shortened him with just how atrocious he was for an entire month in rehab. And you got to start thinking about Nolan McLean getting up here. The good news is Kodai Senga is getting ready to rehab assignments soon. He's already feeling good. Now, we've heard this before. He's had setbacks. So fingers crossed, knock on wood. But there's a chance we get Kodai Senga back right after the All-Star break, which is sooner than I was expecting. So Senga back in July, Mania back soon in July, maybe first week of July. Montas back tonight. If Montas gives him anything, he's a real X factor in his rotation and can help the Mets a lot. So we don't have to see a Blackburn, and we don't have to see these, Blade Tidwell make another start. So good things, I think, are coming, but it starts with the Mets hitting the ball and getting production at the bottom of the order. Stop playing fucking Jared Young. I'm sorry. Excuse my French. Enough Jared Young. You're watching Mets Daily. Subscribe below. Smash that thumbs up below. Comment below. Let us know what you think. Maybe we see Dickie Lovelady's debut at Citi Field tonight for the Mets. He didn't pitch on Women's Night last night at Citi Field. Unfortunate. But, hopefully the Mets can turn this around, because if they do get swept, I think Eric Chavez gets fired. So please, win a game tonight somehow, some way against Strider with Montas on the mound. Do not get swept. Turn this ship around. There's still plenty of time, as we're a couple of ways from the halfway point of the season. Thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate it. Subscribing to Mets Daily. Share the channel with your family and friends. I'm Jake Brown at Jake Brown Radio. We'll talk to you tomorrow on a hump day. Remember, Mets Daily Insider Watch Party for tomorrow. We'll see you there.